Welcome back, guys. Game number 2, MoMaN versus Diasuki. We saw MoMaN in game number 1 take it fairly early with a counter attack that just dealt so much damage. Diasuki did get to pick the next map. He did choose Scrap Station, and during MoMaN's counter attack, Diasuki did get supply capped, which really did hurt him. Not the time you want to be supply capped when the opponent has 20 links coming for your base. So curious what we will have. MoMaN did go for a hatch first, the first game, and got Lings out literally just in time. If they came out like 5 seconds later, he would have lost a queen and a lot of drones, and Diasuki may have been able to actually win the game. But the Lings came out just in the right time, defended everything. MoMaN took pretty much 0 losses, and went in for Diasuki's main, natural, and got the kill on the queen, a lot of drones, and with Diasuki was forced to GG, not joining it out. Does know ZVZ is drone chicken, and once you lose a lot of drones, you'll never catch back up because they will just have more units than you, and well, that is game over or lights out. So game 2 between the two players. MoMaN, of course, is from Team Cyber Nation, and Diasuki just kind of, I think he's casual ladder player. He was on like Team CSO, I think he said, which is not a serious clan or not a real clan, just a group of friends. But he is a very high level Zerg, going for that extractor before spawning pool, so it looks like he's going to be doing the same build again, extractor pool, and MoMaN is going for a same exact thing. We have a complete mirror of builds. MoMaN, did he sneak another drone in? Yes, he did sneak one more drone as Diasuki now... Well, Diasuki has 2 drones building, now 3, so MoMaN just slightly ahead on that drone count. Diasuki does have extractor and pool up slightly earlier than MoMaN. Both pools are not up just yet, I do know that, but you can see Diasuki's is 5 game seconds ahead, which is really like, I think, 3.5 seconds in real life. Not too much of a difference. We do have both overlords going out in the same exact flight patterns. And MoMaN's overlord does have to get out of there fairly soon as that pool is now finishing. MoMaN does notice that and is going to be getting that overlord out of there so the queen does not take it out with her acid spines. We do have a spine crawler, whoa, going up from Diasuki. So it looks like he is going to rush into lair tech. I'm not sure what he is going to be doing. Is this overlord going to swing around from the backside and actually see that? I don't know. If he saw the spine call, that'd be a huge, huge hint at what Diasuki is doing, as this is not usual. I see Destiny doing this when he did his one base layer build. I'm not sure if he still does that, but we may be able to see infestors early on this game from Diasuki. That is my guess. His drone is moving out to get a Baneling's nest. And moving out that spine call, it looks like MoMaN does have a few lings on the way, only 3, just going to get scouting information. And kind of odd to place your Baneling's nest so up front. It looks like he's kind of forcing a wall. Maybe he's going to get like an Evo chamber right here. I have no idea what Diasuki is doing. Creative building placement nonetheless. We will find out what his plan is. He is getting speed. MoMaN's getting speed. Again, he has that Baneling's nest. And maybe the spine call is just so we can pick off Banelings. If you click on it, you can just right-click Banelings and just pop them if Banelings come up your ramp. Diasuki doesn't have that on a hotkey, though, so I don't know if that's what he plans on doing with that spine call. Really curious what that is all about. MoMaN just going straight into roaches. And did he see that Baneling's nest? Yes, he did. And MoMaN knows he is safe with roaches because, well, this is a long rush distance map. MoMaN can put lings on that watchtower and see when the lings start going in. Both players do get wings at the same time. MoMaN's 4 lings are chasing that. Should pull back 1 ling and put on this watchtower, but he has an overload over here, so no lings can really sneak in. MoMaN knows pretty much exactly what is up, and maybe Diasuki, not using these Banelings offensively, just gonna get a lair out soon. He has a lot of gas right now, up to 300 gas. So some lings are coming up from Diasuki, trying to probably get a scout on MoMaN. Did he get in the base? No, he did not. He may have seen those roaches. MoMaN has quite a few roaches out, and Diasuki may be in a little bit of trouble. May just be rushing mutas. And those lings come up and see roaches, so he knows exactly what he is up against. May throw down more spine claws and wall himself in. Overlord is coming. If this layer does finish, he will be able to spawn that creep and get like double Evo chambers to do some type of funky wall and prevent these roaches from doing a lot of damage, as MoMaN is moving out with 8 roaches. And Diasuki is going to see this fairly soon. Does see those lings coming, but that is nothing out of the ordinary as they were on that washout. Now he sees all these roaches, and what is Diasuki going to do? He is going to get 2 more spine coilers, has 2 banelings, but those banelings aren't going to do too much against roaches. And MoMaN is going for his natural base right now. All these roaches are going to come up. That is a lot of roaches. His queen is still vomiting. The lair does finish, but this attack could just end MoMaN. End Diasuki right now. Their spine claw is not quite done yet. Has a few lings to take just a few beatings, but we're about to find out. And here we go. The Jones pulled off as well. Really knows he has to defend this. And looks like he actually will be able to defend this with fair ease. Going in this Wook is killed. Not a single drone was killed, even though he pulled some of them off. That Spire is being built from Diasuki, and MoMaN may know Muta's on the way because this is a lot of minerals in his army. He hasn't really used any gas just yet, so he knows his opponent is doing something with gas. And MoMaN does have that Evo chamber out, getting a Hydra Den, has his lair completed, so he should be just fine. That Hydra Den has a 40-second build time, while the Spire does have a 100-second build time. Diasuki with a few lings going to pick off some of these roaches of MoMaN. And does MoMaN have any real defenses? Going to this units tab, he does not. These lings from Diasuki could just run in and do a lot of damage, but they are morphing into banelings. Don't know if that is the right call, as roaches do come out, and MoMaN is actually in a lot of trouble, possibly. Banelings do fairly well against Hydras. MoMaN now just getting his queen at his natural. Going this drone count, it is 34-27, so he can lose a few drones and still be just fine. Those banelings, though, coming in. That is 6 banelings from Diasuki, just waiting. And he may try to catch MoMaN off guard. MoMaN is chasing. Is MoMaN going to back away? No, he isn't. And those banelings just take MoMaN by surprise and completely steamroll his lings. MoMaN does have 4 roaches now out. 2 look like they're at each base. And Diasuki is pulling back just a little bit. Mutas did just pop. 5 mutas are now out. MoMaN has all his overlords back at home. We can see Diasuki has good map vision. MoMaN doesn't really have anything as he is protecting against the mutas. Does see them. Does have 2 Hydras being built right now. Those roaches going down to those mutas did take out the lings, and more lings coming in. MoMaN doesn't have too much anti-air. He has a Spore Coil up in his natural mineral line. 1 going up in his 1 Spore Coil in his main, 1 going up in his natural. And those mutas are possibly going to take out this queen. These Hydras are just about done. And we're about to find out, is the Hydra's going to come out in time? It looks like they may not. Those lings are going to clean up that queen. But Diasuki doesn't even have a second queen, so MoMaN not taking a huge loss by that queen. Does hurt him just a little bit. Needs to get this Laffy Taffy touching each other's base so the Hydras can move between bases and help each one and the queens. Now he is, yes, going to be vomiting. Does he already have that second queen out? No, that one came from the main. MoMaN right now is supply kept at 60 food. We have lings and mutas coming in, and there's not too much in terms of ground defense or air defense. This creep is not touching, so those mutas could easily just swap bases. There's lings taking out some of those drones. Drones are going to be doing a little bit of micro so they can get us around on those lings and deal some damage. Roaches are going to be targeting on those lings. The Hydras are going to try to focus on those mutas. MoMaN does have 4 more mutas, and oh my god, Diasuki moving up 3 spine coils across the map, taking the gold base at the same time. And 3 spine coils are going to be burrowing. Looks like an old spine coil rush. Oh, this is the slowest spine coil rush, I should be saying. Hydra's going to come out, try to take out these mutas, and may not get it as their spine coils have completely burrowed and now doing a lot of damage. MoMaN is in a lot of trouble right now, taking out that spine coil. His Hydra's now going to be taking out the mutas. And yes, he does just barely hold on yet again. MoMaN, though, is in a little bit of trouble. 25 Lucas 226. Diasuki does have this gold base being built. And what do we have Diasuki getting? He is going for his Roach one now and Infestation Pit. Transferring almost all... Is that all his drones? Yes, all the drones that were getting minerals are going down to that gold base. And looks like this may actually be a well-timed transfer. Has Diasuki done this before? Look at this transfer. It's going to be almost on the dot for this whole map transfer, going the whole distance of Shokura's Plateau. And the hatchery does finish, and now they are ready to mine. Infestation Pit for Diasuki is now complete. Curious if he's going to get that pathogen glands now. We do have his natural going up, so he is going to be on 3 bases. MoMaN is moving out with some Hydras and Roaches. This is a very immobile and slow army. Roach speed not done. Hydras again slow off of creep, so he's got to be really careful with this. I mean, if the Lings could easily just run by and do damage to his mineral line yet again. And MoMaN really needs good creep spread now so he can use the mobility of his army. And if MoMaN actually gets something in this middle line and is going to see no drones, be like, what the heck just went on? And Diasuki did that ninja drone transfer over to the gold base. He has those mutas, so he knows he has complete map control. And going to this income tab, you do see Diasuki is ahead of MoMaN with less harvesters because he does have that gold base. And MoMaN, though, is moving out with a pretty scary force going over this army supply. You can see, well, MoMaN does have a bigger army. Diasuki did just get supply capped. 84 food versus 54 food. And MoMaN does see the gold base is up, so he is going to attack that. He's going to leave himself completely vulnerable for a run by, though. So don't know if attacking this gold base is the smartest thing. Diasuki could just sacrifice this, get all his drones back up to his main and natural, and use these Lings to just run by into his main mineral line or his natural mineral line, as MoMaN doesn't have too much defense. This army from MoMaN is fairly slow, and it looks like those Lings, oh yes, they are going to be running to attack MoMaN right now, and MoMaN is going. It could have a good old base trade go down. Mutas and Lings going. Diasuki taking advantage that he has the super mobile army. Everything is running back to the middle line. MoMaN knows he has to defend this. Once he defends this, he can be just fine. This army is perched right here. Yes, it is going to be moving in now. So it looks like we do have kind of a base trade going on. Diasuki not pulling back when MoMaN does get the defenses. And that could be the turning point of the game. Diasuki just needed to do a little bit of damage, poke in and get back and defend his base, taking advantage that he can go between bases quicker than MoMaN can. But MoMaN now just going for Diasuki. Now MoMaN has that huge army. Diasuki doesn't. So it looks like MoMaN is going to be taking this game after just barely defending that spine crawler rush with the mutas. Bailey's going in, taking out a lot of those Hydras, but only one muta. There goes the GG. MoMaN takes that 2-0, and that was actually a very nice ZVZ. MoMaN will be playing either Whiplash or who was the other one? It was another Zerg. Don't exactly know. It was Tunica or something.